going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Doing these videos a little bit later than I did before. It's about 9 o'clock now. Gonna try to get this video uploaded by tonight and hit it up for you guys tomorrow. See what we can do. Started off, MJF and Will Ospreay kicked off the show. This was an hour match, guys. Oh my gosh, this was insane. They start feeding to the crowd. MJF, he still has his nice aura. It was great, playing the fans like a fiddle, going out throwing water on them. He has a lot of improvised moves that are good. Like, he did some sort of suplex and a stunner at one point. It was very nice, very cool. Ospreay, he's just Ospreay. He's gonna do what he gotta do. Athletic, fast, he's quick. It's amazing. Let's see. He went into the ring, right? He did a double backflip, moonsault, double backflip, missed both of them, then did a shooting star press, then went back to the top rope, did a sky twister press, and that was insane. He did that in all like 2.0 seconds. And I was like, you know, MJF definitely let him shine a lot as he got another dive on him. You know, he started to take over the match. MJF, let's see, he faked the knee, then flipped over into a doggone pile driver. That's one of his trademark moves at this point. Now, he faked that his knee was hurting, so that's how he got that one. He started to go for the legs. This is probably one of the hottest matches in a while that they have had. MJF then hits the crowd to stall Will out, trying to get him to stall, do some things. And then, as they went into the crowd, Will got a little girl to hit MJF on the stomach. She was hit him on the stomach, which was funny. You know, it was real funny. But MJF then flipped her off, and it was just a spectacle at that point. And then we went back. MJF going back after the arms and legs, then put Ospreay on the table on the outside that they set up. He went to the top rope, but then Will Ospreay got off, so he went and bit him. He asked Daniel on the camera if he was all right, recovering okay. You know, gets back in the ring. He went for the crossroads, but reversal by Will Ospreay. Then Will hit the crossroads. You then used the ref as he went to the corner, poked him in the eyes. It's just so much stuff, man. So much stuff went off. Later on to the match, they were trading a lot on the apron, and I think that's where Will, he might have had his shoulder popped out of the socket as they were fighting on the apron there. Then he got the Styles Clash on him on the apron. But that might seem like he got his arm, he had like one arm. So it was cool, but, you know, it's crazy to see him hurt. He got back in the ring and hit him with a one-arm power bomb, and that's when they went to break. And that break, it was like, Ospreay was down, and he had to call the referee in and pull his arm back in, and MJF was down the whole time. Like, I was hoping they would get into it quick, like a quick pin or something, but it was through breaks, so I guess they were like, you know, trying to give themselves a little leniency. MJF, he stopped the hidden blade, but then got hit by it as he came off the ropes, and he went for the Oz Cutter. He caught him, but then he flipped him into a pile driver. That was a 2 count. He went back to the arm work, MJF. And the crowd was silently cheering for the table on the outside, but then Ospreay went to the outside trying to go for a suicide dive. MJF was out there, pulled him down, and then he was like, I'm the smartest wrestler. And then here he comes behind a suicide dive, hidden blade to the back of the head. That was insane. That was so cool to me. That was one of the highlights of the matches for me, for real. It was crazy. Let's see. Back in, MJF kicked out. And then they went to the top rope. And then Will Ospreay got a Styles Clash from the top rope. Still got a 2 count. MJF caught him off guard. Then put him on the table finally after a pile driver on the outside on the apron. Then got the elbow drop finally. And shoot. MJF, he started to slow it down, went back in the ring, started doing holding the rope spot. After a roll-up, a little back-and-forth roll-up exchange off the ropes. And then MJF hit his little power bomb knee that I love, of course, but that was a 2 count. Then MJF went for the kangaroo kick. We'll do this real quick. Kangaroo kick. Will Ospreay saw it. He jumped to the top rope. Ospreay punched him down. He went to the top rope, gave him a reverse Hurricane Rana. MJF landed on his feet. So then, after that, MJF, he put him on the top rope. And then he started doing a little dance on his head, boy. And then he went for a Hurricane Rana, flipped him out. And then Will landed on his feet. And they went into a crazy exchange. Like, I can't even recall this exchange because it was just insane. But they just went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And went for the top rope, tried to get the pile driver. But Will Ospreay got down, went for the Oz Cutter, got him for that, and hit him blade, went to the corner, hit a running one, another one, but hit another 2 count. And then he went for another one, but he missed that one. And then he ran out of breath. They both fell in a heap. Both of them were tired. They walked back up, and then Will Ospreay was ready to hit the Tiger Driver. He headbutted him in the head, and then he called for a Tiger Driver, and then he was really conflicted. This time, he was really conflicted, like expeditiously conflicted. And then, the ref bump was all right. He pushed him into the ref, and the ref was like, like hanging on the ropes type thing. And I was like, okay, but it looked okay. But I think it could have been done a little bit better. But, after that, Will was trying to pick up the referee, but it was too late. He turned around, MJF knocked him out with the ring, and they had on the screen, it was like a little timer. It was like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the crowd thought the time ran out, but in reality, MJF got it. Like on the camera we saw, but the crowd kind of turned to it and was like, oh, acknowledged it, and then the guy had to get up and be like, you're a winner. MJF, like, we didn't know it, like, sitting at home, but it was like, it was good. MJF, he had to get a little oxygen tank, put it on. He was hanging on the doctors and everything. But it was a good match, guys. It was a lot to call. Hour match. It was insane. I really liked it. I'm hoping that they save something for Wembley for Ospreay, something good. Might be MJF versus Ospreay 3 or 2. I'm not sure because we just saw them go for an hour. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking they should have saved it for, for Wembley. But we're going to see what they do. The Acclaim talked to Mark Briscoe. He accepted them onto the team. But Swerve was the real one who had to come out. He was like, yeah, I accept y'all. Welcome to the team type thing. After that, it was the Jericho segment. Big Bill introduced him. Jericho said, he's going to be on TV until 500. Until this one was 250. Dynamite 250, and the next one was going to be Dynamite 500. He said, I'm going to be here until then. So he said, nobody's crazy enough to defeat me then. Minoru Suzuki came out. Guy from Japan. So, Minoru Suzuki came out with a contract, handed it over. One of his boys read it, the bad apple, Brian Key. He read it. He was like, banned from ringside. We're banned from ringside, and it's Jericho versus Minoru Suzuki for the FTW title. And then, Suzuki headbutted Jericho, and the other guys just didn't do anything about it. And I was like, okay, like you can't really touch Suzuki type thing, and he's a little scared, but come on now. You got Big Bill in the ring. Big Bill is 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. But they just running away from this man, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just weird. But, anyway, besides that, it was okay. I guess we're going to see how good that match can be next week. Next week is Blood and Guts. I'll see the Blood and Guts match, and apparently Minoru Suzuki versus Chris Jericho. Young Bucks were in the back talking about the Acclaim, and they're going to injure Swerve next week at Blood and Guts. Mercedes Moné came out during the promo, and she was like, yeah, thanks EVPs for banning Britt Baker from the building, or banning her from backstage, right? So then she did her little dance. They were like, can you do the little dance for me? She did the little CEO dance, and I'm like, okay, And then Okada was like, oh, it's so hot in here. So hot in here. Like, I don't know, man. Like, Okada, I don't know what this man is doing, bro. Like, the personality is like it's not there. Like, I'm sorry, but it's not. They gonna have to do something. Like, I don't know how they're gonna fix that, but they got to do something. Cause I don't know. They got to get him away from the Young Bucks because he's doing these funny stuff, and it's like, how are we supposed to take the man seriously in the ring? He's supposed to be the longest reigning IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. All this, he has all these accolades, but yet he's doing all this. But I guess it's appealing to some folks. I don't know. Not too much to me, but I still appreciate him. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the ring, and we're gonna see him in the match later on today. We're gonna see him in a match. Then after that, Mercedes versus Nyla Rose. Nothing much to say about this. It was really big woman Nyla Rose versus smaller wrestler, which was Sasha or Mercedes Moné, and it was just a throw around match. She got her when she needed to, but she basically tried to do Britt's finisher at the end. Couldn't do it, but she applied her own finisher, had a little glove on, took the glove off, applied her finisher, got the win. Went outside. There was a person with a Sting mask, had a little sign that said something. I don't remember what it said. But basically, she ripped the sign away and ripped it. And then the person pie-faced her, like, from the crowd. And it was Britt Baker. Now, like, I don't know how they can make the person more obvious. Like, I'm sorry, but the person, it was just so obvious that this was somebody who was just placed there. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, you know what I mean? They get it in there. Get it in while you can. Got the Sting mask on and everything. Hey, thank you, Sting type thing. She chased her around the ring. The security stopped Monet first, like almost tackled her. And then, they stood in front of them, and that was really pretty much the end of that segment. Jack Perry came on. He said he's got Darby's attention, and nothing else happened. So I guess this is going to bring them out during the main event because that was really what was up close to next. And then Jack Perry beat up Brandon Cutler. So, like, is that going to cause problems between him and the EVPs? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's their friend. So it's like, hey. But after that, heard Toni Storm's music, but it was actually Mariah May who was faking to be her. And the music faded out, and it was like, they didn't really care. I feel like they thought they were going to have the reception like Don Callis did when he hit Kenny Omega. But I don't know, like, it wasn't like that. It was really silent type, and Mariah had the beat the what chants and things like that. She was basically just saying, she was stringing her on, and it's like, were you though? Because it was really convincing, said, why take the horse out back when you kill it in front of many people in Wembley, in front of her hometown? Cool. Crowd saw we want Tony. The crowd was trying to get into it, but some folks were saying, no, we don't. Like, I was like, what the freak? It was weird, bro. But she said AEW's all about Mariah. And then she started laying down in the ring doing the Toni Storm little flail on the ground. And I was like, and then they cut the music off. Like, oh my gosh, it was so silent. Like, no boos. It was just quiet, and you just see her on the ground. It's just weird. Oh my gosh, I need to get her some nice music quick. Get her some I don't know, protege, somebody, anybody, something. But the Guns got officially stripped of the title. Gonna have a title match on Collision. That's gonna be today for me. Obviously, it's over now probably. And then after that, it was the main event. So Swerve versus Okada. Got up to a really fast start. They didn't have much time. They were trading. Swerve went to the outside. Okada hit a DDT for the break spot. Okada was eating his forearms when they came back from break. Drop kick from the top rope. Swerve takes back over. Gets inside. This little offense. He does a little flip over. He lays them on the ground. They lay it out. He does a little kick up like a soldier. But I like Swerve. He does some combat rolls, some cool things. You know what I mean? Man. But he went to the top rope. let's see, Okada, he cut him off, rakes his eyes, and then cut him off of that big, had him on his legs up here holding him. Then he had his head, hit him with that neck breaker. That's a pretty cool move. Let's see. Then Okada went to the top rope after that, went for his elbow, hit that nicely. And then they had a really good exchange. Another exchange like from earlier in the night. At this point, like boom, 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 you know, type thing. But you know, it wasn't like a long exchange like MJF and Will Ospreay had, but it was like, you know, still an exchange. Ended with Okada's drop kick. And then Okada got reversed. Went back to the top. He was going for a swerve stomp, but then he missed. Okada went for a tombstone. Bam. Going for the Rainmaker. Picks him up. And then reversed that into he jumped up as he was getting whipped around into a swerve stomp. Went for the house call for everybody. Went to the corner. But then the Elite came out immediately, jumped in the ring, and got a DQ. And then the Acclaim came out. They came to stop them. And then Jack Perry came out to stop the Acclaim. And then Mark Briscoe came out to try and stop Jack Perry. And then after that, they got pushed out. Jack Perry was kind of the only one in the ring. Swerve was still standing there. He kicked Jack Perry in the face. And as Swerve was milking the crowd type thing, Hangman's music hit. Hangman came out. Then he started walking to the ring. Oh, my gosh. And then, you know, it was just a lot. But they're trying to build up this blood and guts match. So then the security came out and started huddling around. Everybody was doing something. And then out of nowhere, Darby's music hit, you know. And then nobody know where Darby was at. They looking around for Darby. Darby ain't at the entranceway. He ain't coming from the crowd, but Darby come from the rafters. He came straight like Sting, straight down from the top, just from the rafters, boy. And he looks so. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Darby looks so funny coming down, bro. He was like this, cause the little straps is holding him up, right? And he like this. So it's like, yeah. And he's holding up. It was so funny, but hey, I admire what they tried to do. Tried to bring a little callback to Sting, give it to Darby Allin. So hey. Cool for him. I bet that was a cool dream for him to live out, you know, coming down from the rafters. And everybody had a little beat down, continuous, until the end of the show, basically. So that was the build up, the blood and guts. A lot of things turning, you know. Jack Perry said he was going to come for Darby Allin. Darby tried to get the Elite's attention by beating up Brandon Cutler. So, you know, we got couple dynamics going on here. Swerve didn't beat Okada, so we're gonna see how that goes in the cage. We're gonna have to see how Hangman and Okada goes in the cage, and I have to see how the Acclaim mixed with the Young Bucks in the cage. Like, you know, there's couple things that they got going on. You know what I mean? But I feel like they could be pushed a little bit more. But we're gonna see how that goes. But that was Dynamite, guys. It was a fun show today, you know. I feel like they really kicked it off with a high thing, you know. They kicked it off with MJF versus my boy Will Ospreay. And, well, my boy MJF against Will Ospreay. Let me get that right. But I like Will Ospreay. But you know, it really kicked off the show real hot. And had a lot of more stuff to go on. But that DQ at the end was kind of like, the crowd was like, boo, you know what I'm saying? And it felt like it wasn't like a boo, we hate you type boo. It was like a boo, dang, y'all cheated me type boo, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man. But hey, I liked it. You know, we're going to see what they do next week. They're in Nashville, Tennessee, right next to me. I don't know if I'm going to be going because it's not out here type thing, but definitely. And we got school coming up too soon. So I hope to still be on what I'm doing here. And hopefully we're going to be able to keep these videos going, do what we got to do. But I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys for tuning in. Love y'all. Like and subscribe. And just see more. And follow me on all my socials. And be picking y'all up. See y'all soon. Bye-bye.